Summer Game Fest and our predictions, and then we'll move on to the Xbox show / Starfield. Kind of give our thoughts on what we might see, who we might see, all that fun stuff. But before that, we have a website you can go to if you want to see all of our stuff, podpage.com/x-interact on the screen here. We have all the socials there. We're doing all kinds of cool videos like Zelda's Collector's Edition unboxing. We've got reaction videos, all kinds of stuff for you. But let's get into it. First of all, how are you doing, man? How you been?
I've been doing pretty decent, I want to say. It's definitely been busy these past couple weeks, that's for sure. Just like mainly working and stuff like that, playing some Zelda there. But I finally finished Zelda. What was it, last week at like 75 hours, and it's kind of bittersweet because the game is definitely like very great. Like definitely, I think it's game of the year material.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm just like, well, I'm like that meme of Plankton of like, or was it Plankton or no, the Finding Nemo meme where it's just like when they finally get out of the tank and they're just like, now what?
Yeah,
That's
now
what I'm like now. I'm like,
yeah.
now what do I do?
I
Because
always
like
have
I really have like that no motivation to go back now. Even though I was like, oh, I want to finish all the shrines. I'm gonna do a lot of quests, but now I'm just like, well, meh.
yeah, dude. So I played about 35 hours, right? And hearing that, I'm like, well, fuck. I know I'm that way too. So I'm not going to finish the game, like the campaign story,
Yeah.
until I do everything I absolutely want to do before that, because I'm the same way, right? With Skyrim, I spent like a bunch of time working on some side stuff, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I maybe I'll just go through, see the main story over. I did that, and I completely lost motivation. Because in your head, you're like, okay, well, the story's over. I don't need to keep going. Link's story's done.
Exactly.
But yeah, enough about that. You said you saw Spider-Verse, right? Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, Across Spider-Verse, saw that Thursday. Went to like the first screening of the day because like I got out of work early that day, so I was like, why not? I'll go see it. And it's a really great movie. Go see it. My only critique with it is, and apparently I'm not the only one. The audio mixing, especially like in the first like 30 minutes in the opening, real bad. You can barely hear anything the characters are saying.
Oh,
Like especially like during the action sequences and like when there's loud music. There's especially one character throughout the whole movie where you're just like, I don't know what the fuck you just said. And I'm just like it definitely kind of hurt the enjoyment of the movie for sure, but like overall, like I'm still like high in the movie.
push for subtitles in theaters.
Yeah, you definitely go see it with subtitles. I know like some theaters have like those special glasses that like have the captions on it.
That's pretty cool.
I didn't really use that because I didn't think it would be an issue.
Mm.
But yeah, it's a great movie. Can't wait for Beyond the Spider-Verse, which is supposed to come out this March. That's for sure.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, so without really going into spoilers, this is definitely like a two-part movie.
Mm.
Um, and like that's how like it was originally pitched. Like it was originally called like I believe Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 and Part 2, and then they just changed the name of it. So yeah.
Mm.
But definitely can't wait for like the next part of it, that's for sure. That this movie is great and I want to see more. I want more.
Yeah, dude. Maybe if I see it, we'll do like we'll talk on it, because I think I'm gonna see it today. So
Yeah. But like yeah,
um,
definitely make sure like your theater like has the right audio mixing. It was bad.
that
It
sucks,
was
dude.
real bad.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I've kind of just been maining Destiny. It's kind of been my thing. They had a new dungeon that's been really cool. The season is really picking up on the story stuff. Like as we're getting to like spoilers for anyone that's seen it, not seen it. We have a reaction to the teaser trailer on our channel for Cade 6 coming back, which is, it's got some crazy comments out there, man. It's got some interesting ones.
Hey, man, I guess yeah.
Look,
Go ahead.
Destiny is an no game, right? So like every time you see something about it, you're like, all right, it's kind of a known quantity, so it makes sense, right? And I get it from that angle. I'm excited for Cade 6 to be back. I wish they didn't do it this way, to be honest with you. I wish they did, let it reveal when the shit came out, the expansion, because that would have been huge. Would have been a huge story thing. Because it was huge. And I think they even did this for Forsaken. Like in the promotional material, they showed him getting shot.
Yeah,
So
I think you're right. I remember that.
which is look, I mean, I guess you got to pull the people in somehow. Shocking. I don't know. Destiny, like the people who are there for it, I think are there for it. I don't know how much, more audience you can pull for that game. But yeah, I've just been kind of playing Destiny. Took me 7.5 hours to solo the dungeon. Not proud of it, but I got the things. Um, Speaking of things, let's move on to Summer Games Fest. What things are we gonna see in Summer Game Fest? Is it Summer Game Fest, not Games Fest?
Yeah, just Summer Game Fest.
Game
Apparently,
Fest.
I get that wrong a lot. I'm like
There's
games, and it's like no, just
there's
games.
only one game at the Summer Game Fest. No, I look. What's your hype levels, man? First of all, for Summer Game Fest, I'm kind of tepid, right? Like I'm not really super stoked. I don't know what's coming. Nobody really has any kind of temperature read on it so far.
Yeah, it's hard because Summer Game Fest is still like sort of new. It's been going on since 2020. Um and like I want to say like I feel like last year's wasn't really like a standout show, I'm going to be honest. Like I'm just looking at the like on their official website, their history and like what they listed for 2022 like as the biggest announcement is like The Last of Us on HBO and then Last of Us Part 1. Um which I everyone knows my thoughts on The Last of Us Part 1. I kind of think it's just like a needless remake because you can already play PS4 remaster on PS5, but that's neither here nor there. And then looking back on the 2021 Summer Game Fest, that's like the I guess like the first official gameplay reveal for Elden Ring. So I guess that was pretty big. But then other than that, like obviously 2020 was like that first time they did it during the pandemic and all that stuff. Wasn't really like a big show. That was like when we were all like, okay, so what is exactly Summer Game Fest? Is it just like things Keeley puts on the calendar or things like that? But like as the years go on, it's more of like a live show.
Well,
So this year I'm like
this is in person, right?
50-50. Yeah, so this one is I believe yeah, it's actually in person. Yeah, yep, it's in person. So looking here, 2023, fans join us live for the first time at the YouTube Theater. So yeah, it's in person.
That's,
I know Summer Game Fest, I think it's called Days of Play. It's like when they get all the press and the media out to play like demos of games and things like that.
hmm.
So definitely channeling a lot more of like the E3 kind of vibes. I'm not sure if that applies to the fan base. I don't know like how what's at the YouTube theater. Is that just the showcase itself, like the main presentation? Is that all they're gonna be able to do? Like I'm still not sure about that. But in terms of announcements, like I don't even know what to expect really because I know
Yeah,
they have like a whole bunch of partners. Like I see here Sega, Square Enix, PlayStation, Capcom,
yeah.
Epic Games, like a whole lot of partners. Ubisoft, Warner Bros, Bandai, and the EA. The list goes on and on.
Okay, so we have.
And yeah,
Let's look at the partners then. Let's approach it from that point. Let's do Summer Game Fest. Sorry, I am a professional. I definitely did my homework.
yeah. Like I'm just
Uh,
looking on their official website right now,
yeah.
and they just have like a list of partners scrolling by, and so like I listed off a lot of the big ones, Xbox, but like again, I'm just like, are these like people at Summer Games Fest in quotes, or like they're happening
Oh, that's
around like
right.
the place, you know what, like the dates? Because
Yeah.
even then, I'm looking at the website. It's he has dates listed for other events like the Xbox Bethesda showcase.
So yeah.
It's listed under Summer Games Fest, even though that's a separate showcase.
So
So like, it's a lot of weirdness there as well.
yeah, and to be clear, right now we're focusing on like the June 8th show, right? We're having
Yeah.
and so like it is a little confusing with the way they kind of pull these Summer Game Fest things together. But yeah, June 8th, it says Jeff Keighley hosts a live cross industry showcase. And so what the hell is that? Who is there? Do we know the partners there? Like, is
So I
there
don't know if we like know the exact people gonna be there,
mhm.
but like I think we can like make some educated guesses on who's gonna be there,
We know
what might be
Sony.
shown there.
I think
Um,
do you think Sony's gonna have anything, I guess, is my first question.
okay. So last year we had The Last of Us Part 1 and the HBO shown there. Recently PlayStation just had their PlayStation Showcase. A lot of people were expecting The Last of Us factions to be there. Um, I heard like some things going around. Well, I don't think it's like rumors, more like just people speculating like where factions is, and people were maybe thinking it would be at Summer Games Fest because I guess like Last of Us kind of has a history with Jeff Keighley himself. Like I remember the reveal trailer for the very first Last of Us was done at a Game Awards, and then Last of Us 2, I don't remember if that was at a Game Awards or if that was just at a PlayStation conference. But
Hmm.
we did again have like the HBO show and then The Last of Us Part 1 revealed last year.
Okay.
So I was thinking maybe we can see factions here, but then Sony and Naughty Dog put out that statement and be like, "Yeah, we're working on factions here. We're still working on factions." There was that report from Jason Schreier about like how they're scaling down that team and how like it seems to be like a studio's first live service game, and so like a lot of that just doesn't
So,
exude confidence in that game. So I'm not. So now I'm not even sure if we see like Last of Us this
well,
Thursday anymore.
and
Um,
it just kind of comes. Sorry, it comes to me as like almost like too confident Sony, right? Like
yeah,
we don't really need to show too much right now or what we're in the future. Maybe because obviously there's the year's already stacked this year.
yeah,
And so I guess maybe we were a bit too ambitious thinking that they would show some crazy things, even though it has been a year or a while since they've shown or had a big showcase, right? So
yeah,
I think with that, knowing that how stacked this year is to the end of the year, yeah, Final Fantasy. Um, I don't know. And do you think? I don't think. I think we're gonna get so on the I don't know Sony. I think we're gonna get maybe some news. I don't know during this, although maybe we'll get a trailer for like Rebirth, maybe like a teaser or something.
yeah.
Um,
So speaking of Rebirth, I know. So to answer your question about Sony, let me just put a pin into that. Sony, I'm gonna say no.
yeah,
We just had
no,
their big showcase. We had Spider Man like as the biggest thing there. I don't. I think it's gonna be too soon to show more of that.
okay,
And again, I just explained why I think Last of Us probably won't be there anymore.
right.
So I don't know anything else I can probably show there. So I'm gonna go no for Sony.
Okay, I'll
Um,
go no for Sony, and if they do show something, it's gonna be something I don't know, like uh maybe they have a push for like a PC ports or something like that, like
yeah,
these
I think
are
like a PC port, like maybe like a trailer for Ratchet and Clank PC because that was like
right.
announced like a couple days after the showcase. So
Okay,
maybe that.
yeah, I can get behind that, but yeah,
Um,
I think you bring some good points. I don't think we'll see them there.
yeah. So you mentioned Rebirth earlier,
Right.
and so I don't know if you've been keeping eyes on their Twitter, but they've been recently like posting like these kind of like game development updates
Mm.
every day, right? And
Oh, okay.
if they keep updating every day, the funny thing is the seventh update will be the same day as a Summer Games Fest.
No, stop. That's crazy.
So
That would be
there's some like now this is like just
tinfoil
hopeless like
hat, right? Like,
yeah, tinfoil hat going on here. But like at the same time, I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't
dude,
know. This seems like it could be possible. Final
maybe
Fantasy 7, Seventh Day, Summer Games Fest, who
the
knows? So
all I need to do.
that's my hat where I'm being like, yeah, it's gonna happen. There's gonna be something Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth related at
Mm,
Summer Game Fest.
it would be a good get, for Keeley, uh, for
For sure.
sure. Moving
But
on, I
like it's
think,
also weird because like Final Fantasy 16 is coming out so soon, and I'm just like,
yeah,
do they really like
marketing.
wanna market Final Fantasy 7 like so soon?
Square Enix is weird, man. Square
Yeah, it
Enix,
definitely is weird.
and then
Um
to approach it from that way, Sony doesn't technically own Square Enix, right?
no.
So Square Enix could be
But
like, all right, whatever, put out. So
yeah, but I believe Rebirth is still going to be exclusive to PS5 right now.
yeah.
So they have the marketing deals for all that. Going back to Final Fantasy 16, I I kind of hope there is not another trailer at Summer Games Fest, but they do need somewhere to announce the demo
Yeah.
because they said there's going to be a demo like 2 weeks before release, and two, uh, it's not leaked, but like the demo for it is like on is listed already on the PlayStation Store. You just can't download it or anything yet. Like if you pre-ordered it, you can like see it as like a listing on there.
Mm.
So it's like already up there. We're just waiting for to drop to the public, basically.
Now I know. Moving on from that, it's like I said, he has a 2023 partners listed here, but partners just mean they show during like the whole thing. And
Yeah.
so this is where I kind of get lost because like some of these have their own events that are separate from the showcase, and others have already shown, right? So does Capcom have their own thing? Because I'm just going down the publishers here. Like, I think Capcom. I haven't heard anything about them having their own specific showing during this week, but
So Capcom doesn't have like their own big overall showcase. They normally like either do like a game specific kind of showcase,
mm,
or will be featured in like another
okay.
publisher showcase, like a Sony or an Xbox.
Mm.
Um, so I could possibly see them maybe like show off, I don't know, Exo Primal here. I don't know,
Oh yeah, yeah.
because I
Heck
think that
yes.
still needs like I don't know if that's a release date yet, but I know
Yeah.
that's coming out sometime soon, I guess. Because Street Fighter Five already got released.
Right.
Um,
Mm.
Monster Hunter Rise is like kind of winding down on development. I know they had like one more big announcement or like one more big patch or something like that. So there's that.
I heard a rumor
Um,
about some Monster Hunter World 2 floating around, right?
yeah. And like I'm kind of I don't know how I feel about that, because like they ported Rise to like PS5 and Xbox just like kind of recently.
Recently.
Um and the DLC for that just came out for that as well. And I think they're like a couple updates behind like Switch and PC.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to feel about that. They announced World 2 like now. It's just like,
I
well, how's that gonna tie into Rise? I'm not too sure about that.
so I think how long has that game been out, Rise? Like a couple years now? Like
I want to say it's been like at least 2 years.
yeah. And it was kind of mainly focused on Switch, right? So that was like the
Yeah, it
primary
was first
platform.
released on Switch, then came to other platforms later. Yeah, so it's like 2 years. It came out March 26, 2021. So yeah, 2 years.
Okay.
Kind of
Um
does feel like it's time to get a new one.
something. And Monster Hunter used to be pretty annualized. Or at least more regular. So, from what I remember, there's quite a bit of Monster Hunter. So,
Yeah, because they used to have like, okay, here's your base game, and then here's the game again, but with expanded
the
editions and
upgrade,
stuff.
yeah.
And then since World, they made that into like DLC. So
Mm,
it's been base game and then the expanded DLC.
yeah. Look, World was the one I got most into.
Yeah,
So it was just the most approachable. All right, if they're gonna do it, bring forward the multiplayer suite of things, make it 2023 friendly. Make it so I don't have to. So my campaign progression goes with my friend, or I can go
yeah.
with my friend if I haven't done that yet, that kind of thing. That was kind of where I fell off of that of World. And so like if you can fix like small things like that, I feel like definitely be in for. I do think I don't know. My guess is we're going to see something. We're going to see something in Monster Hunter related here from Capcom. That's my hope, at least. Uh, so Devolver has their own thing. Now Disney is an interesting one. As I'm seeing here, I'm just going through like the bigger ones for one. What could we see from Disney, right? Like is it because they do on Marvel, they own Star Wars. So like are they just included because, Ubisoft has a show and maybe they're going to show Star Wars at their show, who knows? Um is that what we're looking at, or are they going to show like, all right, here's a Disney property, right?
Probably. I know there's that like was it that Mickey Mouse kind of game that looked like kind of Rayman Legends. I don't know if that's out yet or not. I
Oh,
remember
that's
seeing it.
right. Like
I think at the recent Nintendo Direct that happened a couple weeks,
a
or was that a
spiritual
couple weeks ago?
successor to like the island or whatever, the
Yeah, I forgot the name of it, but maybe we see more of that.
yeah.
Um, there are Marvel games. I'm not too sure. Is that like under Marvel technically when they do that kind of stuff, or is it under
Um
Disney?
right. Is it just under the umbrella? That'll be an
Yeah,
interesting thing to see.
'cause I know there's like that Black Panther and Captain America game.
Yeah, they could show more of that.
Um, there's that. Yeah.
Amazon
I
games is
don't
there.
really think you can see. This is kind of going back to PlayStation, but like Spider-Man 2 or Wolverine, I don't think we'll
Mm-hmm.
see any of those.
No, no. Yeah. man, I wanted to see more of Wolverine. You know, give me a good Wolverine a game, a gritty
Yeah.
one, right?
Don't
Just give
think
me
we'll see that
Logan, but
there.
in game form. Like, so moving on from
Um.
Disney, do you think?
Well, I got one more thing
Okay,
actually
okay.
for Disney. This is a Disney and Square Enix joint, but like Kingdom Hearts
Ooh,
4, like
oh,
come on, anything,
oh, now,
anything like
now,
that.
now we're tinfoil
I
hat, man. Now we're
I don't
tinfoil hat.
think it's gonna happen. I really
No,
don't. But like
um,
I'm like, what if? Like, come on,
I,
what if?
I think that's its own thing. I think something like that, Kingdom Hearts 4, that big, I think is either at a Square Enix specific joint, if they have their own, like maybe later in the year. I do think
Yeah,
we'll see something soon of it because it has been kind of floating around for a bit, and it's been a while since 3. So, um,
yeah.
yeah, I think that would be crazy. That would be awesome to see. I still haven't finished 3. I need to finish 3, but here we are. Especially with that
Okay.
DLC stuff, it just kind of got me off track with it.
That DLC is so good though.
Dang, dang. Don't tell me
Yeah.
that.
Well, it's good if you like combat. The story additions were just
Oh,
like, okay, well,
okay, okay,
whatever. But yeah, a lot of end game content in that DLC, and I'm just like, that's well worth it for me.
cool. EA, like, do you think EA? Do we know about what EA is doing during the summer? Do they have their own event?
I don't think so. Like, I don't remember the last time EA had like their event. I remember they used to do it in back in the
Mm-hmm.
day, but I don't
It's
think
like
they.
EA Play, right? It's always been
I think
confusing
so.
with their
But
like
like, that's also the
service.
name of their subscription
Yeah,
service.
yeah. Um,
God.
so I don't know if we have EA, I kind of expect to see something from Dragon Age, at least a little more. I really hope it's one of those things. I really don't care to see any more Mass Effect stuff until it's closer ready.
Yeah.
I can't believe they're still doing another Mass Effect, to be honest with you. Um, After kind of how Andromeda was received. You know, a lot of people, who is it? I saw an article is like, you know, the employees don't believe the BioWare magic is there anymore.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to that, it's a pretty doom and gloom article. I don't know who it's from, but I yeah. So it's kind of bummer there. I know I loved Inquisition, and I don't know how much of the same team it is there, but it would be cool to see more on the Dragon Age stuff. Do you have anything on EA?
EA is a tough one because I'm not like the biggest fan. Like, I'm not one who like keeps up with them really.
Yeah.
I know like they just, well, not even just like time's a flat circle, but like Fallen or not Fallen Order, Jedi
Mm,
Survivor just recently like came out recently, and I
yeah,
don't know if we'll like see any DLC for that. I'm gonna go on no for that.
yeah.
But like at the same time, I don't know like what else we can see from EA really, because like EA is a big publisher, but at the same time, I'm just like, what are their most notable IPs? Like it's
FIFA. Oh, sorry, FC
FIFA.
Sports or whatever.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, FC Sports.
yeah,
Um, Battlefield, which is going through that whole thing.
yeah. Battlefield is
More more Apex. I
Apex.
really
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe we'll see a new thing for Apex there. The money talks, right? So,
Yeah. Did they have another Star Wars game go, or are they making a Marvel game? I forget. Wasn't there rumors of them?
I if
Are they making the Iron Man game or something like that? I don't remember.
I'm not sure. Fact check us in the comments. I do think if we do see something, obviously this is kind of like the big summer event, right? Like
Yeah.
so if we are gonna see something from them, it will be here. I don't think it'll be anywhere else because you do have Disney here as well. So
Yeah.
that's something to kind of throw in there. Epic Games, we're probably gonna see some season 4 stuff. For yeah, either so the next season of Fortnite. I
Yeah.
think we're gonna see. There's already kind of
Jeff
some leaks
Keighley.
going around, but the money,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Jeff Keighley loves his ads and his showcases, and so we're gonna see more Epic Game Store ads. That's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely. Yep. And they'll do some kind of promotion weird thing going on, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Epic Games. What else do they do now? Right? Like, I mean,
Yeah. It's mainly just like the Epic Game Store, and
and
then
then
their
Fortnite and Rocket
Fortnite,
League,
Rocket League,
Fall
and
Guys.
Fall Guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Some cool new Fall Guys stuff. That was fun to check out. But yeah, moving on. We
Activision.
have
Oh. I see
What?
Activision on this list.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
so
like their Call of Duty announcement,
they're gonna
and
have a
that's
Call of
really it.
Duty. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the token Call of Duty announcement that, you know, may or may not be way overproduced for what it actually is going to be, and there might be some weird stuff going on with it, of course. CD Projekt Red. I don't know. Maybe we
I
see more on Phantom Liberty. I think we might have heard.
I think they might have tweeted out that they said they're gonna be at Summer Game Fest.
Yeah. And so we're probably going to see Phantom Liberty stuff. I don't know if we're going to see any other projects though, right? Because they did that whole infographic on the Witcher stuff,
Oh
right?
yeah, they have like a shit ton of Witcher projects in
Yeah.
development.
Yeah, and I know that they recently like ramped down
Went.
which is kind of a bummer, but like, you know, I don't know, like the lifespan of that one, or like that's kind of my take on it. Like Gwent was like a card game from their big game that kind of just got popular because everyone liked it.
Yeah.
In any case, yeah, maybe it would be cool to get an update on The Witcher 1, the remake. I think that's maybe more close than the next in the series, technically. It's all exciting stuff for me, right? But like, I don't like to hope, right, Eric?
Yeah.
My dreams get crushed when I hope. for at least these kind of things, like these big sprawling RPGs, they take time. They did move engines, which is cool. They got off the Red engine, moving to Unreal, so I'm excited to see from them for sure. But how much can you pack into the showcase? I don't know how long it's going to be. And we're starting to stack up here with like things that could be there. Devolver has their own thing.
Yep.
It's always weird stuff. Gearbox Publishing, right? No, I don't think this means Borderlands.
No, I don't think so.
I
Unless
think we can kind of rest
it's
on
the Borderlands movie. I remember
frick.
that.
Look, okay, that's probably actually really likely, right? All right, let's see a trailer from the Gearbox Publishing for their new movie Borderlands, and you know it's got, was it Kevin Hart's in there, and
Yeah. Kevin Hart.
that's all I know.
I forgot who else is in there.
That's all I know right now. Grinding Gear games is interesting. Path of Exile 2 we'll probably see there. I do like Path of Exile. It's going to be interesting, especially because Diablo 4 just came out.
Yeah.
Kind of stole all that ARPG thunder. It'd be interesting to see where they're going to kind of swing back here, because that was kind of the fill-in between Diablo 3 and 4.
Is Blizzard on this list? I don't think
I don't see them.
here.
Well, I mean, Activision Blizzard, right? Like,
yeah, but I kind of feel like sometimes they like treat Activision and Blizzard separately.
Right.
You know, like they're really together.
don't
Don't really see them on this list, so actually maybe they're not here.
You know, Focus always has a bunch of games. I'm sure we'll see something from there.
Yeah.
Annapurna will be interesting to see. I don't think they have their own showcase, so
Yeah.
those are ones I'll keep on for like indies, smaller stuff. Larian, I think you're gonna see more from that's the Divinity devs. We're gonna see more from God, what is it called?
Baldur's Gate?
Baldur's Gate 3, yeah. I think we'll see stuff there.
I do see Sega on here.
Sega.
I'm just thinking like,
yeah.
what could they bring?
That's a lot. That they look, you know, Sega failed as a console, but I think they're doing really good as a game publisher, right? So
Yeah, it's definitely interesting because like I know like Sega has like Atlas under their umbrella.
right.
But, like normally when Atlas does something, they include like the Atlas logo. They don't really do Sega, even though it's Sega owns. A lot of confusing shit there.
Right.
But I'll get back to Atlas in the later section of the video. Our Xbox predictions is what I'll say.
Ooh.
Go check that out. We'll have that update later on. But Sega wise, I don't know. Like the only thing I'm thinking of is that Sonic Frontiers did get like an announcement of like some DLC plans.
Yeah.
And like one of them was supposed to be like around Sonic's birthday, which is June 23rd. So maybe we can like see what that is here. But like other than other than that, maybe like something Yakuza, like a Dragon related.
The new one,
Um,
what is it? The Man Who Erased, something like that.
Yeah. The
full-
man, I think it's like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name.
Yeah.
What it was.
And that's on my fantasy critic, so I really hope
Yeah.
that we find something substantial here from that.
And then obviously like a Dragon 8, but like I kind of feel maybe like give us like another trailer for that. I don't expect that until like next year.
That one I could see could be gestating for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
As it's like a bigger release. So
And then the rumors of Sega's, what was it called, Mega Game Super
Yeah,
Game? I
yeah.
forgot what it was called.
I'm gonna say we don't see that here. I'm gonna say we don't see
Okay,
the mega game here personally, but
all right. And then Jet Set Radio. Like, do you remember?
ooh,
Did you ever see that? What was it, like a leak on Twitter or whatever? It was footage of like Sonic Frontiers beta footage, Persona 3 remake, which I'll get into later, and then like a Jet Set Radio game. Did you see that footage before?
no, that's new to
No.
me.
So I forget exactly how far along. It was maybe like a month or two ago. There was like leaked footage of those games. People thought it was kind of fake, but like they looked pretty like too in depth to be a fake. And
Mm,
apparently that Sonic Frontiers footage included like a beta enemy that wasn't included in the game, but is in like the artwork or something like that. I forget exactly what it was. So there's like some credibility to it. So I don't know, maybe something Jet Set Radio could be seen here. I don't know.
I think people keep trying to make Jet Set Radio happen, right? Look, it's I don't know how you do it, right? I don't know how you do Jet Set Radio justice in
Yeah.
2023. Um, some of the design philosophies maybe don't hold up now. It would be cool to see a take on it again, right? Especially with things like kind of giving the same vibes, sort of, or similar vibes like Hi-Fi Rush, where you just kind of like bombastic, like I don't know. I think it would be interesting to see them do that. I don't think it'll be here. I don't think it'll be. I think it's very likely that we see some more Frontiers, maybe like DLC.
Yeah.
That would be interesting to see. I don't
I
know.
think Sega's in a weird spot because like they have like a lot of IP, but like I wouldn't say like any of them are like breakout like huge titles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the closest we do come is I think Yakuza, right? Or Like a
Yeah.
Dragon so far.
Yakuza, Persona, and again,
Persona,
like
yeah, I guess
under
those.
Atlas technically.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Um, Maybe we're missing something, but Sega's kind of a wild card. So who knows what
Yeah.
we'll see there from them. Um, PlayStation, I don't think we're gonna see anything from them. If we do, it's gonna be
No.
like Ratchet and Clank trailer or something.
Yeah.
Like,
We already went over that. Yep.
yeah. I think what that leaves Warner Brothers
Ubisoft. I
and
think Ubisoft had their own event coming up.
and Ubisoft has their own, but I think Warner Brothers is like it'll be grouped into this like showcase here.
My thing is like, what can they show? Did they not
Hogwarts
just come out with?
Legacy DLC. You know,
Oh yeah, I guess I was gonna say, didn't they just come out with Lord of the Rings Golem?
yeah, they want
Is
to
that
not.
Warner? Oh, never mind.
No, I think there's like a weird licensing deal where they have very specifically they can do this thing. It would be really cool to see like a proper third person action Lord of the Rings game from them. Probably never gonna happen, but we'll see. And that might also be Amazon, right? Because
Yeah, I
uh
know like the whole Lord of the Rings license is like all over the place right
yeah,
now. I just remember that Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War, those were Warner Bros, I believe.
yeah,
And so I don't this the whole IP. I'm just like I don't know what belongs to who.
yeah. Warner Brothers is kind of weird. Maybe we see some more. I don't know, because that's hard. We saw Suicide Squad. I think what Xbox. I don't know if we see more of
It
that.
was the
Maybe they're kind of
PlayStation
like hush hush
State of
because
Play.
like people were like, no, 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 put that away for a while. Um, yeah, dude. I think most
I
likely
don't.
we're gonna see some Hogwarts Legacy stuff, or they're gonna talk about how successful it was, or something like that. And you know, other than
Yeah,
that, I have
I
nothing.
don't think we see Suicide Squad for a little while.
Yeah, yeah, fair. Bandai Namco, is
Tekken 8.
Tech in it. You've got well, and you've also got what under that you have got FromSoft, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. The from. Oh yeah, actually yeah. From Soft. So you have Elden Ring DLC,
Elden Ring
Armored Core. Yeah,
DLC. Elden Ring
yeah,
DLC would be the pop there, right? And that would be of the show. And Keeley kind of owns those like Japanese publisher big hype moments, as far as I'm concerned. So
yeah. I definitely think that'll be like Armored Core for sure. Like in the
yeah,
trailer, because the release date for that came out right. It's official. It's like August something. I think it was.
for Armored Core, yeah, it was August. I can't remember the date, specific date, but it was August. I'm excited
Yeah,
for
so I
that.
definitely think we'll get a trailer for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna see Armored Core there.
maybe some more gameplay. Which already it's looking great. Anywho, I think what that kind of wraps up like what we may see at the Summer Games Fest, right? As far
Yeah.
as there's gonna be a lot, and it may be like sizzle reels for some of them. A lot of these. I hope it's better than what we've kind of seen so far. It's been a lot of ad, not a lot of substance from Keeley. We get a few big drops here and there from his shows, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
I think my biggest problem with like Keeley show with shows like Summer Game Fest, the Game Awards, and I totally forgot what is it? The Euro Game, not Euro Gamer, Gamescom one.
Right.
Opening Night Live, I think it's called. Just a lot of ads.
Yeah.
Scale it down a bit. Come on. I know you have to like get money to pay for the production stuff, but just like kind of tone it down.
Well, it's too
Tone it
long
down.
too, right? There is too long. Like,
Yeah, Game Awards was like, I think he said they used to go like for 4 hours,
yeah,
right? And then he scaled it down to 3 hours or 2 hours this past year.
yeah.
Keep it like that, yeah. Even though it still went on a bit too long.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if there was more substance, it wouldn't be too much of a problem. But it is kind of an exhausting affair anytime. That'll wrap up our Summer Games Fest predictions. Let us know what you think in the comments below, what we might see. But yeah, we're going to move on to Xbox.